Hey everyone, Michael O'Brien here. Today we're going to talk about doing gigs for exposure. Hello my friends, and welcome back to another episode of Advice for Magicians, where my job is to make you the best possible entertainers that you can be. Now, I know that this topic has been beaten to death over and over again, risen back from the dead, resurrected, and then beaten back into the grave again. But I want to try to tackle this concept of doing gigs for exposure from sort of a unique perspective. And I'm going to use an example later in this video for you, but I'm not telling you that you have to go out and do gigs for exposure. I'm not saying you have to do every gig that comes your way, every Joe Schmo that says, oh, imagine how much better it'll be for your business if you just give me that massive discount or donate your services for free, because Larry and the other 6 guys that are going to be standing in the back at the barbecue holding a beer and a hot dog, you're going to be performing for them, and just imagine how much incredible exposure you're going to get from that gig, right? I'm not saying you have to do all of that, but there are certain opportunities that I do think that you guys should consider when it comes to doing certain events for exposure. And in this video, I'm going to tell you guys exactly what those events are. Hey everyone, so sorry for the interruption. I just wanted to take a quick minute to thank the newest members of the mob for joining. Thank you guys so much. It's because of you that I'm truly able to keep this channel going. You're going to get early access to videos, you're going to access tutorials, lectures, and even get one-on-one access with me where you can pick my brain about anything that you like. If you guys would like to join them and become a member of the mob, please click the join button, or you can click the membership tab right here on the channel for more information. If you guys would like to see some more awesome magic, please head over to my online magic shop at o'brienmagic.com. And as always, if you enjoy these videos, please go ahead and click the subscribe button and ring the bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for the interruption, and now back to the video. All right, so before I tell you which sorts of events you should be doing for exposure, let me give you sort of an example. Now, imagine you work for a very high-end car dealership. Let's say you work for like Lamborghini or Maserati or one of these really high-end car dealerships, right? One way that you can try to get a client to buy a car is by offering them a test drive, right? Get them behind the seat of the car, allow them to drive the car, and then if they like the car, hopefully they're going to go ahead and purchase the car, right? Essentially, this is what it is that you're doing when you go out and you do these gigs for exposure, right? You are allowing your clients to get a taste of what it is that you do. Now, here is the issue, right? You don't want to just do any gig for exposure. You want to do the right gigs for exposure. And when I say the right gigs, really what I mean is you want to be in front of the right people, the kinds of people that will hire you, right? So for example, let's just say you're working at this car dealership. You're not going to just let anyone come off the street and test drive the car. You want to make sure that they are what we call a qualified lead. All this means is that you know that they are the target demographic of someone that would purchase the car. So 9 times out of 10, a dealership like this isn't going to let just anyone come in and be like, hey, I'd like to test drive the car. They're probably going to do a credit check or some kind of background thing on you to make sure that you can actually afford the car before you even do a test drive. Because the dealership, they're not going to want to waste their time. They're not going to waste their energy. They don't want to be liable in case you crash the car or anything to do a test drive over someone that probably, in many cases, definitely would never buy the car to begin with, right? As a magician, as a performer, we kind of want to do the same thing, right? You want to tell yourself, this gig that I'm going to take that wants me to do it for exposure, is this a qualified lead? Is this a kind of event or the kind of spectators, the kind of audience that I want to put myself in front of? Because are these people the type of people that will purchase my services in the future, right? Whether that be the client that booked you or the people that are in attendance, right? So let me give you an example here. Let's just say I want to book weddings, right? That's like my big thing that I want to do. I want to break out and I want to start doing more weddings. Well, I have an opportunity to perform for a group of wedding planners, right? Are wedding planners gonna wanna hire me to go out and do weddings? Let me think about that for a minute. Obviously they will, right? So what I want to try to do is get my services in front of these wedding planners so they can see what it is that I do, so that when they are hiring the different vendors, the catering, the photographer, right? All of these things, floral, centerpieces, all of these things, and the client is looking for a magician, they go, don't worry, boo, I got you. I know an amazing magician. Not only do I know him because I've like seen him on social media and he's got great reviews and everything, but I've actually gotten to see him perform live, and firsthand he blew my mind. Trust me, this guy is incredible. You're gonna wanna have him on your team as one of your vendors, right? So you will let the wedding planner basically sell you to their client to convince their client to book you, and then of course the wedding planner is gonna reach out. Hey Michael, are you available for this wedding event that I have coming up? And then they book you that way, right? So that's the way that exposure should work if done properly. Maybe you can even do like bridal shower events or wedding fairs, things like this. You put yourself in front of brides, in front of grooms, in front of people that are getting married, people that are having these types of events. Put yourself in front of those people, right? Maybe you're a corporate magician, right? You want to start doing more high-end walk around cocktail style events for high-end clients. Maybe you do some kind of fundraising event. The cool thing about these fundraising events is that the people that are at the events oftentimes are donors. Well, what's a donor? Someone that has money to donate for a specific cause, right? So maybe if these people like you, they see you at this event and like, you know what, I have my own thing coming up. You were fantastic. I have money that I could be putting towards something like having a magician at an event that I have coming up. So I'd like to get in touch with you. I'd like to grab your business card and talk to you about potentially having you come to my event, right? So the moral of the story is you don't ever want to say no outright to exposure gigs, because there are just going to be gigs that you're going to want to do that you are going to either do for a very low fee or maybe even donating your time completely to, but they are going to be beneficial to you, right? Now, in contrast to that, if someone calls me and they're like, hey, we're having a backyard barbecue, it's going to be, I don't want to name a city, I don't want to throw anyone under the bus. It's going to be in this area that you know isn't necessarily the wealthiest area, right? And you quote them your price and they're like, oh man, well that's like above our budget. We were hoping that you would come and do it for maybe half the price or maybe even for free, and do it for exposure, because there's gonna be like 100 people there, right? There's gonna be kids from all in the neighborhood, all around the block and everything are gonna be there. And just imagine how many business cards you're gonna be able to hand out and all of these things, right? And you're telling yourself, yeah, but it's not in a very high income area. My services are high-end services. I'm doing more of these higher end types of events. Handing out a lot of my business cards to this area of people isn't necessarily gonna benefit me, because they're probably not gonna wanna book me. They're probably gonna be better off wanting to book someone that's within their financial means, right? So, and I'm trying to word this in a very polite way and not come off sounding too like, actually, I only take events that pay me more than the average person would. I don't want to make it seem like that, because that's not true. In fact, I do take a lot of these events too, where I know I'm not making a lot of money, but I do it because I know it's going to be fun and I know it's going to be, you know, a good time for the kids and things like this, right? I do a lot of those types of events too. But if you're trying to raise your rates, or you're trying to break into certain demographics of people like weddings and bar mitzvahs and high-end adult parties and corporates and things like this, you want to position yourself to be in front of those types of people that are going to want to book you for those types of events. The more that you put yourself in front of people that want to book $100 backyard parties or want to book you for free, want you to donate their services, the more that you put yourself in front of those people, the more of those types of leads you're going to get. Right? So it only makes sense. You want to put yourself in front of the leads that you want to book, even if it means that you're doing those events for free, right? As long as you've qualified those leads and you know that there is a higher chance of a return on investment, right? Because you're really investing your time into this. You're investing some of your money. You had to pay for gas to get there. You had to, pay for your props, all of these things. If you can guarantee a little bit of that return in investment, the odds of you making money on that gig that you went out and did for free are going to multiply, right? Because now you're going to do more of these types of events. You're going to see more of these types of clients that you want to surround yourself with. They're going to talk, right? If you're amazing, they're going to talk amongst each other. Yeah. Jeremy just got married, and I just saw this magician Michael at Jeremy's wedding, and he was incredible. Honey, we're getting married. We should have that magician at our party, right? So the moral of this whole thing is take gigs for exposure, but make sure to qualify your leads, because you're leaving money on the table if you're not taking some of this free work. Hey everyone, Michael O'Brien here. I just wanted to thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, want to see more videos just like it, please go ahead, click the subscribe button, click the like button, the share button, the button, and any other buttons of that nature. Don't forget to check out my website, o'brienmagic.com, for some really cool magic products. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.